Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Agent Psycho, and we're back to finish up um the most recent To Hell with KDR episode topic thing, what a memory want to call it. So where I left off last time was when I was about to get into what I had been going through the last week. And well, I say last week, and right now it's Saturday. Is that right? Saturday, July 7th? I suppose it is. Saturday, July 7th. So the past week, I suppose that's accurate enough. So I don't know when I'll be able to upload this actual commentary, but hopefully I will be able to very soon. But in any case, finishing up this topic here, I probably will have to talk again for another hour, but we'll see how it goes. But anyways, so the not so bright side of, or not so bright events that had happened last week were, or was rather, that a friend of mine was in trouble, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But here's how it pretty much turned out. During Anime Expo, I think the last day when we came back, on day 4 in order to sorry, there's a car outside my window, and when I came back on day 4 to our friend Carlos's place to pack up and shit, and just get ready to go home and just to chill out for like the last few hours of the day 4 of acts or whatever. I hopped onto my laptop, boot up to the internet, and I hopped on a TeamSpeak server. Now, this TeamSpeak server, I won't disclose like too much personal information about it, but it is a TeamSpeak server that this particular friend I'm going to talk about did grant me access to. She is part of another clan of some sort, and I occasionally get on there to talk and people and chill with them on their server. So I hopped on there, and I entered this channel that me and my friend and a couple others usually gather to chat around and talk to each other with. And I get on there, and I see my friend, or one of them anyway, and we'll just call him Silent. So Silent was like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, "No, not much. I just came up from X." And he was like, "Well, you see, um, that other friend. We'll call her. What should we call her? Eh, we'll just call her Rainbow. Okay, so we'll just call her Rainbow. We'll just leave it at that. So, Asian, Rainbow's not gonna be here today. So I asked him, okay, well, why? She hasn't. I noticed that she hasn't been here for the past few days. What's going on?" And he tells me, well, something came up, and there's just been some serious family business going on, and I won't get too personal about this because I don't know. First of all, that particular friend watches my videos on a regular basis, and I know for a fact she's gonna watch this, and so I don't want to get too personal about this because it's very personal. So I can just give you guys just a bare scratch of the topping here, for lack of a better term. So yeah, I was really taken back by it, needless to say, because uh, it's this ties back to the whole thing about the friends thing. Of that I've been talking about previously in the previous to hell with KDR episodes that still have to talk about the whole friends issue thing that I have. This particular friend of mine, we haven't even known each other for more than, I don't want to say, half a year. As soon as I shouldn't say students, as soon as I started my channel, I had my channel up for a pretty long time, and this particular friend started to know me through my Toho project playthrough, because she also is a huge fan of Toho projects, and so am I. I'm not too sure if it's because of that fact, that similarity, that we both share interest in Toho, that I consider her now one of my best friends. But just it's one of those, I suppose it came down to one of those rare kind of times where I just developed a really strong sense of friendship to that particular person. I mean, that other guy, Silent, he was he also has an interest in Toho. He's also writing a fan fiction like I am, but in a sense, I don't have the same kind of deep relationship that well, I shouldn't say deep. It's not deep yet. Emphasis on yet. But anyways, I don't have the same sense of friendship that I do with with this particular friend that I call Reimu. It's I don't know. It's just been like that. And even though there's really no way I can explain this, things happen, and I don't know. I just see her as more of a friend than I do as my other friend Silent. So I'm sorry, Silent, if you're watching this, you're probably gonna hate me now, but that's just how it's gonna be. And anyways, I'm just kidding. But anyways, so that's what happened. So for pretty much the rest of the day and the rest of earlier this week, the start of the week, I was really, really bummed out. Like you could see on my face that something was wrong. Usually, if you see me on a normal day, I just have this weird poker face that makes me look like I'm pissed off at something like every single time. Like, I was like, what's that guy? What is he angry at this time? But after that incident, after I heard what happened, yeah, you could definitely see that something was wrong. Something was bothering me, and it just hit me really, really badly. And now I'm gonna talk about like a little bit why I took it so personally. It's because this is not the first time that this has happened, to a friend of mine. Back in the day, maybe about a year ago, year and a half ago, I was, I'm a Combat Arms veteran, as you guys probably know. I've been playing Combat Arms for 4 years, and about a year and a half ago, I came across this guy named, his Combat Arms IGN was D-Man V3, and, we'll just call him Damian, because I got to know him a little bit better as the weeks went on. But a year and a half ago, or a year ago, sometime around then, I met the guy. I met Damian, and through a Sector 25 game, I remember. And he asked me for some stuff, and I was like, well, I mean, since I was a pretty big I was always a big NX whore anyway. I mean, I wasn't too surprised. Like, well, you want stuff? Well, I have an NX, so I mean, this guy seemed pretty chill about it. So I was like, okay, I suppose I'll give you something. So I did. I don't remember what I gave him, but I did give him something. So he was like, oh, hey, you're a really cool dude. Thanks a lot. And we just started talking because for some reason we were playing we were playing against each other. I think I was the E-mod of that room, and no one was joining our Sector 25 game. So we're just hanging out talking to each other. And finally, when one person joined and started killing us off, and we were just like, whoa, someone joined. Well, how'd that happen? But anyways, after a game, we still kept talking, and eventually we got to the point where we actually exchanged emails, and we started talking with each other. We started talking on a regular basis over email, over Gmail for specifically, and he turned out to be a really, really cool guy, and he incidentally lived in Australia. But as the weeks went on, first of all, obviously, we became better and better friends. That's for sure. Because obviously, why am I talking about this if it wasn't my friend? So eventually, I grew to the point where I considered him a pretty good friend of mine, even though I don't know this guy in real life. I've never met him. I've never seen him. I still considered him my friend. So as the weeks went on, however, things started going downhill. First of all, I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk to him again, so I'm going to tell you guys what exactly happened, or what I could perceive that was going on through what he was telling me. So Damien, apparently his family is kind of like deranged isn't a very good word. It's not. Don't ever call anyone deranged, especially if they're old. I've had experience. It wasn't fun. But his family is very weird. His mother was technically a single mother, but he knew his dad, but his dad was kind of an asshole in that they lived separately from him, and he'd occasionally send money once a month or something like that. So he was living with his mother and his younger brother, and his mom basically had to support them both, and Yeah, they're like multiple jobs and stuff. I think that's what happened. If my terrible memory can remember. But eventually, I got this one email from him saying that, dude, they've th things are happening. So I was like, I'm here. I'm here for you, man. What's going on? What's going on? And he tells me, dude, man, the government or some government people came along to our house and said, we're noticing, and they told my mom, look, ma'am, we've noticed that you're not making this level of money. So unfortunately, because you're not meeting this particular quota, we're gonna have to take one of your sons away, one of your children away. So they took Damian's little brother to somewhere else, like a nursing home, or not really nursing home. What am I talking about? Like some sort of orphanage home, or like basically under government custody. So I was like, fucking bullshit. Why? Why would they do that? Just because someone's not making enough money? And he was like, yeah, I know, it's bullshit too. I don't want to lose my younger brother like this. And also, on top, to make things worse, right before then, maybe like a day or two before that incident happened, I had gifted them both perms, like actual perms. I remember gifting Damian a perm L96A1 Arctic Wolf and a perm P9ATR. That's how much I considered him my friend. I know this sounds extremely corny, but I did. So hate me for it, I don't care. But in any case, I gifted them lots of crap. And I didn't have any shame in doing so whatsoever, because I was like, these guys, I have access to so much NX crap. These guys don't, so I can spare a little bit of my NX to give these guys some stuff. So I gifted them, Damian and his little bro, some stuff. And then 2 days later, he gets what, taken away by the government or something to go live off with somewhere else. And as the days went by, I hear stories about how his Damian's younger brother absolutely fucking hates it there, and how he wants to come back home. So, for me personally, it was fucking terrible. It was painful, because here's what I thought. Here's how my mentality went when I was watching this thing unfold. This is a guy that I met over a freaking game, and he turns out to be a really cool dude. I really enjoy talking with him. Now he's probably one of my better friends, surprisingly enough, even though I never met him in real life. So now that he's going through all this crap in his life, what am I doing? How can I help him? But I can't help him. The only things I can do is just gift him stuff. Well, he's not going to use it because, first of all, he has a crappy computer, so he can't use it as effectively. I shouldn't say effectively. That sounds really corny. As well as he would like to. Like he appreciates my gifts. That's the thing. He thanked me for them. Like I could tell he was very thankful for my gifts. And the one thing that I hate. Or one of the things that I hate, I have a lot of things I hate, sure, because I'm a fucking pissed off, sarcastic little idiot. But one of the things I hate the most is giving people things, hoping that, what the hell is this? Something's on my leg. Anyways, no, I give people things, hoping that they will use it, to their full potential. But if I gift stuff, if I give things to people and they end up not using it, I feel really, really not only pissed off, but also really, really sad that my efforts are wasted. That these people aren't gonna. It may or may not be their fault, but whether or not it's their fault, my gifts aren't being used. That's the thing. If I'm gonna give someone, I want to make sure they're gonna use it, or at least it's put to its maximum. It's used well. If anything, it's used well. That's the one thing I ask. You use it well. You use it often, so that I can assure myself that my money wasn't wasted. So in Damian's case, those gifts were wasted, because now, after the incident, I never saw him again on Combat Arms. For like the next 2 months after that, I would log into Common Arms every single day just to see if he was online. No such luck. Now he's gone. I'm pretty sure he's gone now. I don't know where I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's up to now, because I haven't come into contact with him. I've tried sending him a couple emails after that incident, but no such luck. I don't think he's going to reply back now. So this kind of incident that I've recalled for you guys just now is a perfect example of what I'm afraid will happen, because with my friends, because I'm pretty sure I've made it clear that the friends I have are the people whom I consider my own family, people who I consider to be very close to me. That's what happened with Damian is what I'm afraid will happen. What if I lose them? And how will I be able to deal with it? Because this was one of the few times when, because honestly, this certain incident with my friend Damian was the first major loss of a friend since my other friend Jay, who I'm pretty sure I've talked about in the last episodes. So back then, the difference between me losing my friend Jay and me losing my friend Damian is that back then I was only in second grade. I didn't understand. I wasn't that emotional, if you know what I mean. Like, you're a kid. You're a kid back then. I mean, you get angry over stuff. I mean, and you get over it the next day. Sure, fine. That's all fine and dandy. So right now, in relation to back then when I first lost my friend Jay because he had to move off to Korea, I really felt. Now I don't really feel much at all. I mean, I feel sad. I feel like, well, he could have been a good friend if he had stayed, if only he had stayed. But I don't feel like an emotional weight on my heart. But this Damian guy, he was really recent compared to my friend Jay. He was really recent. So now that because I had lost him during high school, and you guys know the thing about, middle schoolers and high schoolers going through puberty and whatnot. Basically, the hormones are raging, and that was a really bad time for me to lose a friend. I took that really, really shit personally. It was really bad for me. It was one of the reasons why people started knowing me for being just an unemotional guy, just being a loner. Cause I distanced myself from other people after that incident, like. Trying to cope with it, trying to figure out what happened. Like, how could this possibly happen? Why did Damian just suddenly just ditch me? I mean, sure, he's going through a lot, and because he's going through a lot, shouldn't that mean that he needs to have someone else to talk to? I'm here for him, so why did he leave? That was my mentality. And so after that, it's safe to say that incident kind of scarred me pretty badly. 'Cause I realized at the end of this, after I got over it, it was a really rough road to be honest. But after I got over that whole Damian incident with my friend Damian, I realized that this is what could happen if any of the few friends that I have is gone from my life. This is what could happen. So now I've come to the point where I accept what life throws at me, but in the sense, well, let me talk about that a little bit more. In the sense that I accept that fact in the sense that if things that I know I can't do anything about happens, then I'm just be like, there's nothing I could have done. I'm just kind of to deal with it. But at the same time, because of that incident, it's kind of like a 1-2 thing. Like, I know this is the case, but I want to try doing something against it anyway. I want to try to change it. I feel entitled to try to prevent this from happening again. And that's basically what I got out of that. I'm going to accept things that will happen, but I'm going to try my damned hardest to not to let that happen. If you guys know what I mean. So thankfully until now, that is, I haven't had another incident like that. So that gave me, so thankfully I had lots of time, getting over it and realizing that, hey, it's life. This is a life. You're gonna have to deal with it one way or another. That you're gonna lose people. I mean, it's not that I hadn't lost before. I lost people before. Like my grandmother on my mom's side was really close to me because she had visited us multiple times from wherever she lived, and we also visited her a lot. We lived abroad, and when I got the call, I was the one who got the call saying from my relatives abroad saying that, Paul, your grandmother is dead. She died earlier today. I was like, what? Come again? Am I hearing this right? And they were like, your grandma is dead. She passed away. So that's just going to show that I it's not that I don't know the feeling of losing people, or it's not that I hadn't known the feeling of losing people by that time, but it's just that this particular one was so personal that it was a real shocker. It was the first real emotional shocker. Well, there was another one, but this was another thing. This is another thing entirely. I actually lost this person. I don't know where he's at anymore. I'm not even sure if he's alive anymore. Like, where is he now? I could wonder for all I care, but I don't know where he is. I just don't. So, that being said, where was I going with this? Right. So, with this mentality in mind, when I first heard about my friend Reimu with her family troubles, I was like, my first instinct was Damian. This is the same thing that this could possibly be a repeat of Damian. I don't fucking want that. Because the one thing that you guys need to understand about me is that I'm emotionally unstable. I'm not clinically emotionally unstable, but I truly believe that I am. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that before, but I can blow up really easily. And for those guys who have seen me rage at people in the comments, yeah, that's probably a good example of that. So yeah, honestly didn't know what I would have done if it did indeed turn out to be the same case, but let me just explain to you guys what happened after that. So, after that incident, pretty much, I instinctively and unconsciously told myself, look, you're not letting this happen again. You just can't. You're not letting yourself lose another friend here. You're just not going to. It's not even an option. Failure is not an option anymore. You're going to keep this friend, or this brain is going to make you do something that you probably will regret. And trust me, I don't regret a lot of things, but when I do, I regret them really, really badly. So, I know it sounds like, oh, I'm going to commit suicide, but no, it wasn't really what the case, but still, I kind of unconsciously forced myself to thinking that, no, this isn't going to happen. This is not going to happen. I'm not letting this happen again. Even though technically I can't do anything, I felt that I needed to do something. So I know this Reimu friend of mine. I know this friend Reimu of mine over Xfire and that same TeamSpeak server. So every day what I had done earlier this week was get on TeamSpeak, get on Xfire, and see if she was online. And usually she was, because this is one of the things, the running jokes between me and my friend Reimu is that when she gets under a lot of stress, she cannot sleep. And that's the total opposite of me, because if I run, I can't run on more than 4 hours of sleep. I need my sleep. And even though I can, and I've done it, it's terrible. My mind it feels like someone is squeezing my mind, my brain, just squeezing it from the inside if I don't get my sleep. So, with that being said, I always tell my friend Raymond, go to sleep, goddammit, go to sleep, go to sleep. And she'd be like, no, I can't go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. So I'm like, why not? And she's just like, I just can't. I just can't go to sleep. This is just how I am. Whenever I'm under stress, I can't go to sleep. I'm like, go to sleep, goddammit, go to sleep. I always tell her that. I told her that every time I got on, or pretty much every time. Well, not